There was little festive cheer at today's press conference, which began with the daily statistics. Today has seen 68 new active cases, bringing the total up to 482, and there are 10 hospitalizations, one in the CCU. There are currently over 1,700 people in self-isolation, and the latter, the Chief Minister warned, is taking its toll on the delivery of health and public services, with many of those isolating in frontline services. Fabian Picardo warned the virus is behaving differently and is believed to be twice as infectious as it was before. Gibraltar's R rate is worryingly at 1.79. All non-essential retail establishments will be required by law to close as from tomorrow, as will hairdressers and beauty salons. Deliveries and collections may continue, as well as online and telephone trading. The period for returns and refunds has been extended till the 14th of February. Beat-style payments will be introduced for the period of closure. Essential shops such as bakeries, grocers and supermarkets will now need to close at 9 p.m. to allow people to return home in time for the 10 p.m. curfew. Pharmacies, petrol stations, opticians, dentists, estate agents and car dealerships remain open, subject, though, to strict public health rules. Gatherings have been reduced to 12. The Chief Minister appealed to personal responsibility and asked households not to mix. In the case of those who would be alone, the advice is a maximum of 2 households. Restrictions will be tightened for those visiting the elderly in government purpose-built flats. These will be restricted to 2 persons and they will need a COVID-negative test valid for 24 hours. Restrictions already in place continue. Working from home is encouraged and the over 70s should act as if they were in lockdown. Those needing to work from home, delivering food, walking a dog or requiring medical attention are exempt from the 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew. There will be no curfew on New Year's Eve, but the Chief Minister stressed the importance of everyone working together and the consequences of not doing so and acting irresponsibly. He reacted to reports of people going to Spain to do what they couldn't do on the Rock.
If what we're going to see now is that when the government calls for responsibility on something as important as the life or death issues that this virus raises, is just the complete irresponsibility of saying, oh, well, if they've closed the shops in Gibraltar, I'm going to go to the shops in Spain. Oh, well, if they closed the bars in Gibraltar, I'm going to go to the bars in Spain. And people expose themselves in that way to what we are trying to stop them from being exposed to here. And people are therefore saying to the government, instead of, I'll be responsible and I'll do the thing that the government is asking me to do for the good of the whole of our nation, I'll do the opposite of what the government is asking me to do unless you impose restrictions at the frontier. And I'll just make this a little harder for you, Government of Gibraltar. I'll ask you to do it in the 4 days when you are battling to avoid those restrictions becoming a matter of reality as a result of our departure from the European Union, and I'll make you be the first to impose restrictions at the frontier as you argue for no restrictions at the frontier going forward. Well, look, if that is what this community has come to, it is not the Gibraltar that I know.
The new measures will be in place until at least January the 10th, with a statement on changes due on or before the 7th. The Chief Minister described the next few weeks until the vaccine arrives and is administered as a race, saying it would be abject surrender to give up so close to the finishing line.